Okay, well, thank you, Hunter, for being on the Hunter Slaney for being on the KVM.
Also known as Lethal, L3THXL. Subscribe to him on YouTube.
Yeah, you do have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
I could link that down in the description if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
You're part of the Cirque Cliche.
Yep.
Okay, this is your first interview, so you want to get started?
Yep.
Now, is this year's Parliament looking good from a student perspective?
Repeat the question.
Do you think that the Parliament, the student body, president and such, are looking good from a student perspective?
I think it's all right. I think we should have better policies, and I think they should care a little more about their class as a whole, because they don't really get their views or their opinions on the whole entire class. They kind of just like wing it,
Yeah.
And I also think, it's kind of been repetitive. I think you should switch it up, get some new members in there. Because, Gray's been president for the past 3 years now, is it?
Yep, 3 years.
3 years. So, yeah. But I think it's all right. It's mediocre at best.
So are you anti-grading in office, or are you just modest?
Just modest. I mean, may not have the same views as him, but
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Okay. Then also, is River Valley Pride a lively and strong thing?
When it comes to let's say sports games, like football or volleyball.
September 8th, 2016.
Football or volleyball, I think, our students, we tend to get really lively. If the other team is chatting some crap, we give them crap back, it's even better. Like the last night the volleyball game. But I think it's not as what it used to be, but I think it's still alright. If it was say when my brother was in school a few years ago, it would probably been a lot better, just because But yeah, I think it's pretty good as it is.
So you think it just spikes up during sporting events?
Yeah, sporting events mostly, yeah.
But on a day-to-day, it's not really there.
Yeah, it's not really there.
Does River Valley, being comprised of other school districts like Arena, Lone Rock, do you think that affects the social division or social behavior?
That's 8 years.
I think it does a little bit.
I was 11.
People, let's just say people from Lone Rock and people from Plain, different views, different points. Lone Rock's a little more, kind of ghetto, stuff like that. And Plain's a lot more nice and rich.
Would you say refined?
Yeah, refined, yeah. Spring Green is the same thing, refined. It's basically just like Lone Rock Arena or the ghettos. Spring Green and Plain are refined.
And what do you think about Spring Green, how they compare it to the other districts?
What did you get? So you're right.
2 years for first.
No comment.
No
comment.
Yes.
Okay. And what changes would you like to see in River Valley?
Well, I think.
Try to keep it realistic.
What do you mean by changes?
Are there any changes to policy, to members, to staff, to parts on the school?
I think our schools could be a little more updated.
So you think we're outdated as a school?
Yeah, some of the stuff could be remodeled, updated. I think the staff is completely fine.
About the athletic program, because people have very aggressive, dare I say, views on the athletic program and the amount of budgeting that they should receive.
Yeah, I think they should put more of that budgeting towards the school.
The school itself.
Yeah, the school itself, rather than.
Are you talking about the educational system or the school physically?
I think both the educational system and the school. They need to put more money into both of those. The athletic, they just put a new football field in.
Right.
I don't even know how much it was. Anyway, but should have took that money and put it into the school education instead.
Okay. And the thing about that is that a lot of people would disagree with that, saying how focused we are on athletics. But then again, you are right, because we just had a new field put in, costing about $1 million.
Yeah, almost $1 million.
And we could use that to refine so many other things. So I see where you're coming from then.
Yeah.
And a more sub-political question. Do you think the KPRV and DPRV, the Causes Party of River Valley and the Democratic Party of River Valley, are on good terms?
Chuck Livingston.
Well, I don't really know, because, I'm not really, all updated right now, but the last time I knew, not really.
Was there some tension?
There was some tension, yeah, the last time
And do you think the partisans can get along?
I think they can if they work it out,
Like,
squash the beef.
do you mean like unify?
Yes. I think if they do that, I think everything will be fine. But like I said, people have their own opinions, their own beliefs.
Right, and that rounds back to the whole social division, because we've seen a lot of that this year and last year, and at the start of high school for us. Do you think that the social division will get better or worse? And do you think it's a relief, or do you think it's a
I think it's gonna get worse.
problem? You think it's going to get worse?
Yeah, I think it's gonna
And
get
is the social division necessarily a problem?
Not right now, but I think in the future probably.
It will be.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And you do believe that our school seems to be outdated, right?
Yes.
Is that the word that you'd use?
Yeah.
Okay. And now running back to the Parliament this year, and you said better policies. Is there any policies in specific that you'd like to be relieved, implemented?
I can't really think of anything right now, but I think if you give me a little bit of time, I probably could come back and give you some policies. But right now, I can't really think of anything.
Okay. And do you think that we enforce these policies too much or too little?
I think
Currently that we have.
I think it's on certain policies. Like some policies are forced too much, and some are not forced too much.
Well, thank you for being on KVM.
Yep.
Hunter.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also known as Lethal on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yep.
I could want to link this to YouTube or both of those.
You can link both, but YouTube mainly, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.